Hi everybody, I'm back in my shop again today just to give you a short tutorial on how to assemble your sides to your top to sort of build the actual bridge itself. Hopefully up to this point you've been working on your template, you created your two sides, you have your top piece, and you might have done a bottom as well. So I'm going to assume that you've got that completed. So that's what my one board is. I'm going to set this aside for a second. Next, if you don't have another board, just use that same one, peel off your design, take off the template, okay, and then you can use that board as well. I happen to have a second board handy, which I'll use. First thing I want to do is make sure, again, I have wax paper down. Wax paper is really important because if I glue using wood glue to this board, the bridge will be attached permanently to the board. So the wax paper provides that separation so it doesn't stick. Okay, so I'm just using some rough examples here of, here I have my two sides made and I have a bottom made. Alright, so what I want to do is I want to attach these two sides to the bottom. So what I want to do, get my glue back in here after I got my wax paper down, okay, is to take and, wait a minute, let me back up 1 second. Before I start the glue, which I've done before already, before you guys turned on my video, make sure that the fit, the two pieces that you're going to glue together, are matching up pretty well. If you need to notch, if you need to make little cuts, you can use your cutter just to gently try to cut off maybe some of the glue. Make sure that this surface here is going to make good contact when I bring my side together with it. Same goes for the side. Make sure there's nothing really in the way of it. Making sure there's no little extra glue pieces, extra wood sticking out. You want this to be a very good wood-to-wood contact. I did that already. I started to do a little prep work, and make sure you do that before you start to put the glue on. Okay, so my glue, since I'm going to glue this one, yeah, this is the one I like. Okay, I'm going to run a whole bead of glue all along the side there. If I was like on a cooking show, I'd have this done already, but I'm not. So be patient while I put some glue on here. Okay, that looks pretty good. Pretty good amount on there is good. I want a good bond. I gotta do the same thing on the other side here. Using my paintbrush again. If you don't have a paintbrush, use another stick of wood. It's fine. Even a cotton swab if you want. They get a little messy, but that could work as well. Just to help spread the glue out a little bit. I think I left some brushes there too, so if you didn't pick one up, well, maybe you got an extra. Okay. That looks good for the moment. I got enough glue going there. The other thing I forgot to mention before you got this whole thing started is you should have some tape. Once again, I didn't give you a whole roll of masking tape by using some masking tape. Hopefully you can use masking tape, Scotch tape. Once again, duct tape, probably not a real good idea. So what I want to do is I want to bring the two pieces together and just sort of inspect, make sure the matchup looks still pretty good to me. That looks alright, and they're wiggling around a little bit, but that's okay. Now if you got somebody at home, like older brother or sister or parent or somebody who's trustworthy, it'd be nice at this point to have an extra set of hands to work with. But what I did is I got some tape already kind of set up here, and I'm just going to use the tape to sort of hold those in place. Alright, so I'm going to set this down for a second. Once again, it's nice to have somebody maybe at home help hold that while you put the tape on. It can be a little tricky to kind of hold that and tape it at the same time, but I'm doing pretty well. Hope you are too. Okay, that looks pretty good. Okay, this is getting a little bent, so I want to make sure I get that straight. Get a couple more of my pieces of tape here. I set my tape up in advance, which is a good idea. Cut a bunch of short pieces, that way I don't have to be working the tape and working the bridge. Okay, So that looks pretty good. Now I'm moving quick because I know you'll fall asleep, but I'd use a little more care. I'd probably put a couple more pieces of tape on that side as well. Once again, the tape is not really going to give us a strong hold, but it's going to hold our bridge in place temporarily. This time now I'm going to flip it over like that. I'm going to make sure that the bridge end to end, the sides are set up where I want to go. And they're kind of in the equal part. Okay. And this time I got another couple pieces of tape here. I'm going to tape that like that. That looks pretty good. One of the things too, just a tip, put a little pressure down so you get a real good squeeze. So those two pieces are held together, making good contact with the glue, wood to wood. Ran out of tape. Let me get a few more here. Okay. So if I had a top, which I don't right at the moment, but if you have your top, you would do the same thing. I'd glue that on, tape it in place. Okay, so now I have the sides attached. Try to keep it on the wax paper. One of the things I want to make sure I do before I go, remember this glue, once it sets, is going to be pretty strong. So I don't want to make sure that these aren't ending up crooked. So I try to line these up. If you have like a little block, something to maybe hold that in place. You know, maybe a little, if you had a brick, that's what I use if I were in the shop. Try to hold it so it's straight up and down. Right now I'm looking pretty good. Another way too, if you have a lot of bend going on, you can always, if you got extra tape, like I do, take some tape out here and sort of hook this and kind of hold this out there sort of as a tether to keep it sort of straight up and down, just like that. Okay, glue the top on, add diagonals, and I'll talk about that in my next video. You see this bridge? Okay, it was taped together, has the top and the bottom put on, and then what I started to do is I took extra pieces and I started to put diagonals across. I need to get some bracing on the other side. I need to start to get this torsional problem out of the bridge. And I'll focus on that once again and maybe in another video coming up. But if you get your pieces glued together, make sure again that they're straight up and down, and then you can start just adding more pieces to structurally make this using triangles so that we get it a little stronger from that twisting problem. Hope that helps get people along the way, and I hope your bridges are going to turn out great. Can't wait to see them. See you the next time. Bye.